Let's look now at how we can edit the menus across the top of your online store. Those menus here, scuba diving, swim, snorkeling, gifts, diving, are the menus I'm referring to, and these can be edited from within Eve itself. So I move into Eve, I go to the Data module. Within Data, I go to Stores, and I select Stores Find. I scroll down to the online store, in this case what's called Scuba Store, and I double click to open that. If I move to the Eve Online tab, I will then see that yes, this is an online store, and now I must make sure that this checkbox for new improved responsive design is also checked. If unchecked, it will appear as so ensure that that box is checked. I can then move to menus and categories. Please do note that at the top right of this box, you have an option to select help text. When I click on that, as you will see, I have a quick guide for you that this form will allow you to create those top level menus and sub-menus. So do be aware that this help text in many areas of Eve will guide you through some of the things that you're seeing on these videos. In this example, when I click on scuba diving, as we currently have the menu here, and just to orientate you, this scuba diving name and those areas underneath are exactly scuba diving and all of these areas underneath that you'd see on your final published online store. When I click on scuba diving, you will see this little wheel button, and this allows me, should I want to either delete the menu or in this case, edit the menu. In your environment, you may decide that scuba, rather than scuba diving, is how you would care for that menu to display. So I'm just going to call this scuba. You will also notice that the visible box is checked, meaning that this will clearly be visible. Were I to uncheck that, that would remove the whole of that menu from your final display online, but that menu and its structure would still be available within your Eve for you to go back to and further configure. The display order that you'll notice here indicates which of these menus, scuba, swim, snorkeling, gifts, diving, are ordered on your final published online store here. There needs to be no particular number to this display order other than the fact that this display order number of 2 is, if I compare it to swim here, either the same or lower. If it is the same, Eve will use the alphabet. So SC comes before SW, and therefore scuba shows before swim. If it is greater, such as 3, that would be after the number 2. I appreciate that sounds like basic maths, but I hope we all picked up very early on in our lives. I'm just pointing out that combination of numbers and also the alphabet will indicate the order of each of these. Clearly gifts, if I now edit that menu, you will see is number 4, which is why it is appearing after 2 and 3. And diving is number 5. Again, should I wish to edit that name, I could edit that name. Please do be aware that each menu must be a unique name. So there can only be one, or say of scuba, or of swim, or of snorkeling, or of diving, etc. And that is how you can edit the menus that will appear at the very top of your online store here. Now, you're noticing at the moment that scuba diving is still displaying. That is because, as I've gone through here, I have yet to click save. When I click save, the edit I made to scuba diving to adjust it to just scuba will immediately become live on your online store. To demonstrate that, I'm going to go back to the online store. I'll simply refresh the site as if I were a new customer coming to it, and you will now see that scuba diving simply says scuba. So there's no lag time, there's no having to send a message to a webmaster. It's an immediate change, allowing you to customize your store to get the right names for your products and the right order on your menus.